Hello everybody, what is up? It's Eddie Neddy and welcome to the latest video on the channel. We're going to be ranking football derbies. I got a lot of hatred actually. I won't say a lot of hatred, but a lot of, contrasting views team ranking club based on club size in the Premier League. But we're now going to be ranking derbies, and honestly, I think this one should hopefully be a good one. I always talk a lot about strings about derby fixtures and derby days, about what's overrated, what's pure hatred, what's a good watch, what's a bit of a meh derby. But we're kicking it off with Burnley and Blackburn. Honestly, I want to put it in between pure hatred and good watch, but I think pure hatred for me. I know quite a few Burnley and Blackburn fans on the channel, and the derbies always seems to be a good watch as well. Especially the most recent one in a 1-1 draw. That was quite a good game, I thought, because you can tell it's a good derby when the football on the pitch isn't necessarily, the greatest. More about the fact of, you can feel the tension, the challenges, the slideshow, the yellow cards, the red cards, and for me, I think Burnley and Blackburn is a bit of an underrated derby in my opinion, but, it is pure hatred, in my opinion. Love it. Next one is Swansea and Cardiff, another one that I think is another good derby. Cardiff versus Swansea, the Welsh. Obviously Cardiff and Swansea both had their ups and downs over recent years. Swansea kind of having a little bit more success recently over Cardiff in the derby, and a frequent fixture between the two. I can't remember the last time both of them two, however, played in the Premier League against each other. But for me, does it go above Burnley and Blackburn? Maybe, considering that, the two profile clubs then being the only proper, high profile Welsh teams. But I'm gonna go a bit just behind Burnley and Blackburn. But yeah, it is a real good derby though, Cardiff and Swansea. Next one is Chelsea and Fulham. Honestly, is this one really a derby? Well, it is obviously a derby, but does anyone look at Chelsea and Fulham and go, them two are going to absolutely smack up each other, after the game? No, I generally don't think so. I'm just going to put it in the meh category. For me, it's meh. I don't see it as a derby. And same with Cambridge and Peterborough. Honestly, I didn't even know that was a derby till, I saw this. But yeah, Peterborough, Cambridge in the meh category. Liverpool United, two of the biggest clubs in England, if not the biggest clubs in England. Well, I think they are probably, you can maybe put an argument for Arsenal, but, yeah, Liverpool and Manchester United, two of the biggest clubs in the Premier League, and Liverpool obviously doing a lot better, in the derby most recently, and then Manchester United have picked up the odd win here and there in the derby, in some crucial games, actually, as well. But yeah, Man United, Liverpool, obviously, this has been a regular Premier League fixture, for years and years and years. I think this is a derby which is up there for me. But is it above Cardiff and Swansea? Yes, but do you know what? I don't know if it's above Burnley and Blackburn, because the way I'm seeing it, I think Burnley and Blackburn absolutely hate each other. I don't really get that vibe from Liverpool and United fans. I don't know, I can see them joking around with each other. I can't really see Burnley and Blackburn fans joking around with each other. Even though, let's be honest, we all have friends which support, opposition clubs. So I'm actually going to go just in behind of Blackburn and Burnley, but ahead of Cardiff and Swansea. Obviously, this one is a lot more high profile, but I feel like I don't really get the tension, the atmosphere as much compared to Burnley versus Blackburn. Liverpool, Everton. Bit more of a derby. I don't know. I actually think this is a bigger derby than Liverpool United, I think this is a bigger derby than Liverpool United. And honestly, I think it's a little bit bigger than Burnley and Blackburn. I feel, because the reason why Liverpool United are a rivalry is also because of the fact that they are two of the biggest clubs, where Liverpool and Everton literally, border each other. So, yeah, for me, Liverpool and Everton, pure hatred. West Ham Millwall, honestly, goes above it. West Ham Millwall, in my opinion, is, the biggest derby, within the, one of the biggest derbies, in the UK. West Ham Millwall fans absolutely despise each other. And unfortunately, we don't get to see it much, if not at all. I can't remember the last time West Ham and Millwall played each other. It must have been some years ago. But yeah, it is pure hatred between the both. Next to move on to is Birmingham City versus Villa. Call me biased, obviously me being a Birmingham fan, but for me, this is the top derby in the UK. You know, like I said, the hatred between the two, the bragging rights over the city. Villa have been a lot more successful than Birmingham, but we won in the bigger game, you know, in the cup, just saying. Right? But, yeah, Birmingham versus Villa, you know, obviously pure hatred of a rivalry, and like, you know, you can just Google it, you know, and you'll see, you know, fans trying to, you know, jump onto the pitch, trying to get into the away section. You know, it is an absolutely pure hatred. Up there, West Ham, Millwall, you know, between these two. But yeah. Man United Leeds. I really rate the Man United Leeds one, you know. I think I'm putting too many in pure hatred. You know. I really am. I don't know if I 100% agree with where I'm putting some of these. I think I'm tempted to maybe move Liverpool United down to a good watch rather than, you know, pure hatred. And you know what, I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to put Liverpool United into a good watch. Man United Leeds, because I think Man United and Leeds are actually, you know, a bigger, a more hatred rivalry than Liverpool Man United. Let me know your thoughts, of course. But for me, I'm going to put Man United and Leeds probably here. Obviously, the War of the Roses. Maybe I don't know. It's just behind or ahead of Blackburn. I'm going to put it just behind for now. Might maybe change it in a bit. But yeah, Man United Leeds, pure hatred between the two. Next move on to is Arsenal versus Spurs. Now, this is where my unpopular opinion comes in. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm going to put it in pure hatred. But it is going to go here, maybe. I actually think there's more hatred between Burnley and Blackburn than there are between Arsenal and Spurs, despite how many times they play each other. I don't know what it is. Like, obviously, I always see fans, you know, slack each other about Arsenal Spurs, but I just don't get that, you know, hatred vibe. It seems too commercial, whether it's bigged up too much by the media. You know, I just don't see the pure hatred, you know, within it. I just don't see it. I think EFL, you know, derbies and lower Premier League team derbies are much better. You know, I just don't think that, you know, this warrants top spot or anywhere or not, you know, ahead of it. I think West Ham Millwall fans, you know, are a lot more aggressive towards each other. Same with Birmingham Villa fans. Same with Liverpool and Everton. Same with Blackburn and Burnley. So I'm actually going to stick Arsenal and Spurs here. Somebody's definitely going to comment about that. Next one is Forest and Derby. Honestly, pure hatred again. I feel like I was putting them all, you know, in pure hatred. This is a bit of a talk. Is it over Forest? Is it over? Yeah, I'd say it's over Burnley, Blackburn. Is it over Liverpool, Everton? Yeah. Is it over West Ham, Millwall? No. Forest and Derby, pure hatred between the two, honestly. These are, you know, two of the biggest clubs in East Midlands. You know, two of the biggest clubs, you know. Like, I'm not saying they are the biggest clubs, two of the biggest clubs. Forest and Derby, you know, Brian Clough Derby, you know, sometimes it's nicknamed. Obviously, Brian Clough both managing both teams. Obviously, a lot more successful with Nottingham Forest. And also Brian Clough's son as well managed, you know, Derby County as well. But yeah, for me, pure hatred between the two. Next one is Palace Brighton. I kind of want to go into the 50-50 category. Or a good watch. I'm going to put in good watch actually, because I think the games are actually usually very entertaining. So yeah, good watch between the two. Next one, West Brom and Wolves, the Black Country Derby. Yeah, this is up here in my opinion. This is up there. You know, I just feel like West Midlands derbies are just something else. You know, I generally think there's something else. I'm going to put it there, head of Liverpool and Everton. It's something else. Is it? Oh, I don't know. It's one of them. Is it bigger than Forest and Derby? I don't know. I feel like it's definitely kind of like in between. I think you can make an argument for both teams, but, you know, two rivalries. But for me, West Brom Wolves was most recently played. Obviously, Wolves managed to get the win. You know, Black Country Derby, bragging rights over it again. If any of you guys don't know the Black Country, it's kind of like the industrial estate suburb, you know, just outside of Birmingham. You know, obviously with West Bromwich, even though the West Brom ground is actually in Birmingham. And obviously Wolverhampton Wanderers Stadium in Wolves. But yeah, they haven't played each other that much recently, you know, since relegation from the Premier League. They did play each other in the Cup, but not as frequently as they have before. But for me, pure hatred. Next team we're going to go with is Newcastle Sunderland for me. One of the biggest, if not the biggest. I am going to put it here. You know, I'm not putting it ahead of Birmingham Villa. I'm going to stand my ground with that one. Birmingham Villa, in my opinion, two much more hated rivals. But Newcastle Sunderland definitely, you know, compete along, you know, with that one. These two games have always been exciting to watch every time they're on. You know, unfortunately, though, most recently, a completely different gulp of class between, you know, both sides. Obviously, Newcastle were a Champions League club, you know, a couple of years ago, and Sunderland were a League One club a couple of years ago. So, and obviously, however, Newcastle now pushing for European football, and now Sunderland pushing to try and get back into the Premier League. There's been so many great games between these two. You know, Sunderland winning away, you know, to Newcastle. You know, it is just absolutely... Was it Di Canio was the Sunderland manager? Honestly, absolutely lovely stuff that game was. You know, yeah, and Newcastle have most recently winning in away fixture against Sunderland. But yeah, for me, pure hatred. Next one, Oxford Swindon. I'm gonna put it in good watch because I think these two definitely hate each other. I think it's just two low profile clubs. No disrespect to them. Bristol Rovers, Bristol City, a decent derby. You know, a decent derby. I would definitely put it in the pure hatred category there. Next one, Watford Luton, 50-50 in my opinion. I know both of their fans definitely don't like each other, but 50-50. You know, just because, again, that, you know, they've only played each other a few times, and they are playing against each other this season, though, again. And, yeah, it'd be nice to see maybe both of these teams having a Premier League fixture against each other. Reading Oxford, again, might go with the 50-50 category. Yeah, I just think, again, unfortunately, a bit similar to the Oxford Swindon remark that, you know, actually, no, I'm going to move Oxford Swindon down. You know, just a bit of a similar remark to the previous one. That, you know, it's, I don't want to seem disrespectfully, but not the biggest of clubs. But, you know, is a really good rivalry between the two. Stoke and Port Vale definitely gets in the pure hatred category for me. I would put it here, I think. Yeah, Port Vale and Stoke don't really play against each other, but even their under-23s games against each other is absolutely mental. I can't remember the last time Port Vale and Stoke actually played each other. It must have been some years ago. But for me, pure hatred. Chelsea-Arsenal. Sometimes could be a good watch. However, I'm gonna surprisingly put it... No, I'm gonna put it here. Good watch, good watch, good watch. MK Dons, AFC Wimbledon, another one that gets in the pure hatred category for me. You know, because like I said, you know, MK Dons stole Wimbledon. You know, you could argue, you know, but then again, it's the club statures again. But I feel like the fan base hatred definitely makes up for it. So I'm going to put it here. I think it goes towards the bottom just purely because of the club sizes. Next one, Brentford QPR. You know, maybe put it here. Man United, Man City. Honestly, I kind of want to put it in overrated, but I don't know. I really don't know. I kind of want to put it in overrated, you know, because I do think it is a bit of an overrated derby between the two. But then again, the more I think about it, the more I disagree in my own self. So for me, I would put it just behind Liverpool and Man United. Norwich, Ipswich. Again, I'd put it in a good watch. Probably just behind Chelsea and Arsenal, maybe. Portsmouth, Southampton. Pure hatred between the two. Again, two decent-sized clubs. I'd probably put it just ahead of Bristol Rovers and Bristol City, two South Coast clubs. You know, should have getting close to playing each other this season. Obviously, Southampton managed to get promoted to the Premier League. Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, the Steel City derby. This is definitely up there for me. I am going to put this just behind of... just behind Millwall and West Ham. Chelsea Spurs. It can be a good watch, Chelsea Spurs. I think I'm gonna do that for then again. Good watch between Chelsea and Spurs. Good watch. And Celtic Rangers, the top. You know, there's no way I can make an argument for Birmingham being over it, but for me, that is the absolute top. You know, because the thing is, the reason why this wins so much, because it's just more than football. You know, the two biggest teams in Scotland. But most importantly, this rivalry is based off religion. And we all know how many arguments and, you know, how far religion can get. You know, it causes, you know, so much mayhem. And to add that in a football match as well, the passion for both teams, you know, Catholics versus Protestants, and the history that both of these teams have got, you know, is incredible. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this tier list. If you guys have enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everybody, and I shall see you all soon. Take care. In a bit, everybody. Have a great day.